What's up guys, Devil Pro is here, and today we're gonna talk about Vauban and Vauban Prime build. Actually, this is the Trap Dancer frame. Let's begin! So we start with the passive. What's the passive to actually do? It just his damage increase to incapacitated enemies, which is like his ultimate when he cast it, not hold it when he just press on it, and they are in the air, he do a lot of damage to them, around 25% or 50%. Actually, this passive works with other frames, which is they can stun or incapacitate the enemy, and this is great. It doesn't work only with Vauban. So we have the first ability. This ability is really useful for sometimes because it saves you. Anyway, if you want to throw one pole, you can just press on it and it's gonna throw one pole. If you want to throw 4 poles, you just hold it for a period. When this circle completes, you can throw the 4 poles. Okay, what they actually do, they just searching for the enemy. When you throw them in the ground, they search for the enemy, and if they find the enemy, they go and shock it and make them stunned. And this is great for Vauban because his passive gonna work and give you 25%, I think, for his passive, more damage, and this is great. We have the second ability, which is the main idea of Vauban, or the rework. Anyway, we have 4 colors. Okay, I'm not gonna say the names because it's way too complicated. Anyway, we have 4 colors. We have the blue, red, yellow, and violet. Okay, let's start with the blue. What does the blue do? You just throw a pole, and if any enemy near this pole, it's gonna pull them with a sting, and that's it. They are stunned, they are incapacitated, so his passive gonna work. We have the red one, which is a damage. If you throw it, it's gonna do area of damage circle. It's gonna do circle damage area around it. If any enemy are in the range, they're gonna be damaged, and it throw a random shots, and these shots do a lot of critical damage. I really like it. It's really amazing. You have the yellow one, which is give you boost. You just throw it and gonna give you a boost if you want to run fast, or you are running actually from something terrible, something like this, so it's gonna give you a boost. You have the violet one. What is a violet? Actually, let me tell you, it gives you more damage to weapons and allies too, and this is great, you know, if you want to buff your allies for more damage. And this is actually great in idle hunts. If you maybe don't have the right frames and you want to give your allies buff, you can give Chroma the violet one, which is great. It's not much useful in Idland, but this is in, you know, like critical situations if you don't have the right Warframes. So we have the third ability, which is Photon Strike, which is the main idea, or not the main idea, it's just the main, you know, like a show of Vauban. Okay, what this is do, it just pull, you throw it, and it's like, you know, calling the satellite, come on, give me some laser view. Anyway, it's enough jokes. It just do damage and some area, and that's it. It's not important because actually it doesn't stack for every minute or every second its damage. But it's kind of useful for you know, low levels, maybe 70, 80, something like this. And it's not useful in high levels because the armor increase and shield are becoming bigger, stuff like this, so it doesn't one shot actually. You just need to be careful with it because Vauban in this time becomes squishy. Anyway, so we have his ultimate, which was 2 abilities before, but they make it 1 ability. Okay, what is the ultimate? If you throw it, it's gonna be a normal pastille, which is gonna crowd control the enemies around it. It's gonna do area, okay, a circle. If anybody enters the circle, it's gonna be crowd controlled. And if you hold it while it's active, it's gonna change to a vortex, which is gonna absorb the nearby enemies into a normal vortex, you know, normal circle. But if you hold it, actually, if you hold the first ability suddenly without pressing it, it's gonna throw a vortex suddenly, and it's gonna absorb the nearby enemies into a small vortex, and that's it. It was 2 abilities before, but the DE like, no, we don't need it, we're gonna make it in 1 ability. Well, that's nice. Actually, their work is nice, but it's not that nice because I wanted Vauban to stack his damage to become more stronger, like Nidus and the other frames, which is stacking its damage. Anyway, and Equinox too. And that's its abilities. So now we go to the build. Actually, I have to know that I didn't make this build perfectly. I just made it the best I see and the best I made. It's not tanky, it's a squishy frame. If I find something more perfect in the future, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you tweaks. So you just follow me on Twitter. If I find something better, I'm gonna post it on Twitter. So this is actually the build of Vauban, okay? I'm using corrosive projection to decrease the armor of enemies. I'm using bar drift. Why especially power drift? Because it have 30% resist to knockdown, which is important for Vauban, because Vauban doesn't have a lot of health and he is squishy, you know, so he can be died one shot by any enemy. I'm using prime continuity for duration. I'm using photon repeater, this argument, because it's really important. I told you it's really important. You can use another argument which is for the ultimate. It depends about what you would like to do in your build of Vauban. Well, actually, I'm using photon repeater because you can spam the third ability like whatever you want. You just throw a vortex with a lot of group of enemies and spam the third ability. For sure they will die. So sometimes the argument will not work because at least 5 enemies or more. I'm using streamline, not maxed for sure, because if you calculate the fleeting expertise and streamline, it's gonna be 175, so you don't need max streamline. I'm using intensify for ability strength, and this is depend on your ultimate, because if your strength increase, the more Pastille can take more enemies and ground control them. It doesn't depend about damage a lot, you know, but I'm using 145%. You can make it more, which is gonna be around 30 enemies, but you're gonna lose a lot of range. However, it's just a long story. I don't want to speak about it. You are using fleeting expertise. I'm using fleeting expertise. For sure for ability efficiency. I'm using stretch for some range. Actually, don't need much range because Vauban is reworked, so you have more range. Like not like before. You have much stuff, you know, better. He's better. You don't need max range like before. I'm using concentration for duration for sure, and fast knockdown recovery, because I told you Vauban is a squishy, so you have to be recovered so fast. You have to wake up fast. I'm using ogre messages for duration. Okay, let me speak about this stuff. This is not the build I made. It have issues, okay? So I don't know what the issues is, but in the future I will do more builds. So follow me on Twitter in the description. So I will do future builds or for Vauban if you would like to. I will do it when I discover something better for Vauban. And that's all I have right now. Hope you like the video, like and subscribe, and see you around.